All right, we're going to cover our 2027 recruiting class. We're going to lead it off by the biggest get this program may have had since I've been the head coach. Walter Good out of Seattle, Washington. Long-bodied, 6'5", 280-pound defensive end. He's the number 2 D end in the country. We lost out on number 1 to our friends over there. That's South Dakota State. We're so excited for Good. We graduate, I think it's 5 guys on our defensive line, so he's going to have a chance to play right away. We've been told he is an elite developer, so we are super excited to see what Walter's able to bring to us on the defense as this league continues to grow, and with the quarterbacks that are coming in, including in this recruiting class, we think Walter is going to be a great addition for us. Then coming up next, we had a need when we went out and we were like, hey, what position do we really need? We really needed safeties. Jeff McWilliams, a 6'1", 219-pound free safety out of Iwa Beach, Hawaii, is a big get for us. It was an extreme, need. He was the number 3 player in the state of Hawaii, ranked 32nd in the position. We're really excited for him to come in. He's got elite ability to pick 6. If he gets his hands on it, it's over. And as we've seen, our defense has won us a lot of games by being able to do that. So we're really excited for Jeff, the 4-star prospect out of Hawaii. After that, not our typical class. We go into a lot of our kind of guys here. We went a little bit more under the radar this year and going for 3 stars. A guy we were really excited to bring in is actually out of the JUCO ranks. 6'4", 235-pound Lane Glover out of Graham, Washington. Just platinum level mentals, a big time winner, elite developer. We think he's going to be a real gem. He was already in the top 20 in his position. We think easily he's a top 10 linebacker coming in for us next year. This is where it gets really interesting for us. We are and will always be a run-first team. That said, we realized we had a lot of speed on the outside. We didn't have a lot of physicality on the outside that could go really help us win ball games, especially when we need to get those blocks from our wide receivers. So Mike Peters, the 6'4", 201-pound physical wide receiver out of St. Augustine, Florida, is somebody we expect to have a huge future with us. You don't get to see a lot of elite guys that also have 94 speed and recoupability, so we're really excited for that. Also, elite developer, so a guy we might try to get on the field right away next year. Even if he might not be one of our best guys, we think he will just develop throughout the year and become one of our best guys. His running mate for the next few years, we stayed closer at home for this one. We got ourselves another top 100 big physical wide receiver out of Eugene, Oregon, 6'2", 199-pound Ethan Nix. Quarterback's best friend. As you guys know, Ficken, our guy, came out of Portland. He played 7-on-7 with Nix growing up. So we're really excited to reunite these two. We think he's going to be a star. He has speed, jumping ability, isn't terribly slow off the line, a lot of room to grow, really untapped potential. And then just to kind of round out our wide receiver room, we kind of went with a possession guy, someone that we can just count on, Ben Spiller out of Chandler, Arizona. After that, we really felt like we had to buckle down and get ourselves some quarterbacks. We're really happy with Eric Root and obviously Jamal Ficken. And we got Tudamali in there at the 3rd string. But, we were running 2 quarterbacks basically this whole year and using red shirts. So we bring 2 guys in this year. Miguel Valenzuela, scrambler out of Peoria, Arizona, 6'3", 202. So not typically what we're looking for as Jamal Ficken, they're in the 6-foot range, 94 speed, 94 acceleration. But, an impact developer, 92 speed and 92 excel, 87 speed on his own, throw power 94, off platform. A guy we think can really be solid if we need him. Probably will never be a starter here, but we'll see how he develops over time. And then a guy, just to kind of give him some competition and keep him fair, we bring in Zach Abram out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, 6'1", 189 pounds. 90 acceleration, 88 speed. We did have another quarterback we were looking at who unfortunately decided he would rather play ball in Berkeley, California. So we might try to beat the Bears down in future seasons in the out of conference. We'll see if we can get that scheduled. Then some more depth at the free safety position. Frank Mungro, run stopper, also out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 6'2", 209. We also got another strong safety, Robbie Curse, zone out of North Las Vegas, 5'10", 212. Added to our cornerback room. Something we're really, really proud of. We are the University of Idaho, and part of that is making sure that we get in-state guys and Northwest guys at that. It's something we pride ourselves on. As you notice, a majority of our class are going to be local guys. But when you look at the state of Idaho this year, only 4 guys go D1. One guy, Danny Blunt, we lost from Coeur d'Alene. We lost out to our friends in Montana State. But we were able to get Brett Spalding out of Boise, Idaho. And we were also able to get Kyrie Tolbert out of Coeur d'Alene. Tolbert, not typically a guy we would go after. We do like the power rush tendency, his 6'6" frame, 248 pounds, also out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So, just up the road from us. So, not somebody we would typically go after, but, we really pride ourselves on signing kids, local kids. We did it year 1 under me with Chesini, a right tackle, who was a 2-star. Never thought we'd play. Turns out, huge gem, developing great, might start next year. So we're excited that 50% of the players from the state of Idaho committed to the University of Idaho, and our friends down in Pocatello didn't land a single local kid. And that's something we really pride ourselves on is staying within our pipelines. If you go down our class, and then I'll close it, we Seattle, Washington, Hawaii, it's a pipeline. Graham, Washington, pipeline. Then, we're kind of dabbling in Florida. We get back to Eugene. We get Chandler, Arizona, South Carolina, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Florida again, Nevada, Illinois, Idaho, Oregon, Louisiana, Washington, Texas, California, Oklahoma, Texas, California, and Idaho. So, yeah, we had a couple southeast, a little northeast player here and there, but for the majority, we stayed in our pipelines out west, saying most of our prospects coming from states we touch, such as Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. So we're excited to see how this class comes together. We ended with a top 25 class again. I believe this is the 3rd straight year we've finished 25. So, though it's not our most impressive class in terms of stars, we're really excited where it landed. We're right up there with the likes of national champions Eastern Washington at 34. We out-recruited them. The big team from the first year I was here, North Dakota State, out-recruited them. We're behind the usual suspects. Georgetown putting together the 4th best team. Do great job recruiting. They got 24 4-stars, 1 5-star. I mean, that's just unreal. 25 players were 4 stars or better. It's unreal. I can't believe that can't win you top class in the country. Northern Iowa also notoriously a good recruiter. 2 5-stars of their own, 12 4-stars. Montana a little bit more spread out. South Dakota State, Montana State, schools ahead of us. And, we think we're in a good spot to compete next year. Oregon, team we lost to in the out-of-conference, number 1 recruiting class again. We don't have a return trip on the docket this year with them. So we're excited to see this class come together. I think we have some talent here, but this class was more about building depth. We'll see how some of these players develop, but we're really excited for the future here at the University of Idaho.